guys, welcome to the channel. This is Raven Devious here with another build tutorial. This time we are doing HeartSeeker. So without further ado, let's get to it. Yeah, start with the skill tree. Alright, so obviously HeartSeeker is the name of the game. You're going to put as many points as you can on HeartSeeker. So 5 all the way down to primary HeartSeeker. Core skills, we're not using any. Sturdy. Just put as many points on sturdy as you can. Just so that we can get all the way down to here to the agility skills. As for agility, you're going to put 3 on rugged. You're going to put 1 on cow traps, only up to enhanced cow traps. Traps. Unstable elixirs. These are always, I hate having to say this in this video, but these are needed no matter what kind of rogue build you're doing. It doesn't matter. Put everything you have on these. Unstable elixirs, weapon mastery, trick attacks, and balestra. I don't care what anyone says. Balestra is the shit. 16x increased damage after pressing circle is always a good thing. Then we're going to have dash just to be able to activate one of the glyph legendary nodes, which is trick attacks. This is going to activate the cutthroat skill. And all the way down to methodical, just need 1 on there. Put as many as 5 on Dark Shroud, 1 on Smoke Grenade, down to Enhanced Smoke Grenade. Again, you're going to put everything on the passives here, Malice and Exploit, so 3 and 3. The extras will come later. Then to your imbuements, you're going to put 1 on Shadow Imbuement, all the way down to Mixed Shadow Imbuement. Enemies infected by Shadow Imbuement take 12% X increased non-physical damage from you for 8 seconds, which is good because we're not going to be doing nothing but Code Imbuement. So you're going to put 1 on Code Imbuement, all the way down to Mixed Code Imbuement to get that 20% X. However, this is not going on your skill bar. This is just going to buff your cold-clip aspects, which we'll get to later. You're going to put 3 on Frigid Finesse. Deadeye. Here, put 3 on Deadeye. Down to the next area, you're going to put 3 on Impetus, 1 on Aftermath, and 3 on 2 Dawn. Over here, you're going to put as many ranks of innovation as you can. Second win is always good. I would prefer, yeah. You can put this on your gear actually. We're not putting it on. Nothing on there. That's going to get tempered. And Victimized is back at doing some decent amount of damage. So Vulnerable is basically losing on most of your gear, which is what we'll get to right now. Alright, for gear, if you don't have Hair of Perdition, don't fret about it. Count the Nameless, it's almost as good. Same thing with Dark Shroud of False Death. If you don't have this as well, again, don't stress about it. You can use either Shroud of Kandaris, which I personally like, and it also makes evade into an attack, which can't really complain about that. I mean, circle of the attack is not that common besides Spiritborn that I can think of. Pain Gorgers are definitely needed for this build. Since HeartSeeker is a basic skill, you're going to want to get these gloves here and try to get the max aspects. And if you can, try to get GA on basic skills as well. If you can't, that's fine. But the main important thing here is that aspect on the bottom, 200%. You want to get 200% or as close to it as possible. On your pants, you're going to have dexterity, resistance to all. Basic skills is okay. HeartSeeker would be better, specifically HeartSeeker, because that's a higher number. You'll get like an additional one or two. If you can get a GA on it, bee's knees. Then slap on some Umbrus for some extra protection, and you're ready to go. At least with those pants. For boots, dexterity, armor, and resistance to all. See the um, yeah. Anyways, and on these you're gonna put exploiters. On the amulet, I got real lucky with this. Good luck if you can get one like this, man. But dexterity, you want some passes on there for sure. Um, Whatever, really, honestly. If you just get a dexterity with max life and damage, that's fine. Um, Obviously, the more passives, the better. With the dexterity, dexterity is a must on the amulet, 100%. It needs to have dexterity. The other two, offensive, basically everything offensive. So, I mean, maximum life you can do if you wanted to do. I personally prefer offensive. So if you get damage, just regular damage, that's fine. If you get one of these malice, weapon mastery, great. I really would prefer unstable elixirs, but I'll take what I can get. You're gonna also temper damage to per dark shroud shadow as well as innervation to continue getting your resource. All right, on the ring, you're going to use, I mean, it's just like you see here, dexterity damage, vulnerable damage. The more vulnerable, the better. So if you get a GA on vulnerable, that I would prefer that than a GA on dexterity, because of the key passive, which is victimized. It'll bump that number up, and that's going to help out a lot. Ring of Starless Skies, eh, again, it's one of those rings you don't really need. The 50X is okay, um, but you really don't need it. Uh, if you have a regular ring, something like this, a duplicate of this would be great. You could put two of these fuckers on, and then just put another aspect that I don't have on right now, which I'll get to. So let's say, um, I don't know, whatever. Just you go through your your offensive, what do you call it? Um, Aspects, and whatever one you don't have equipped that has an X on it, that makes sense to the build. All right, this is a basic skill build, so don't put on anything stupid like blood boiling aspect or something retarded. You don't need it. You need something with damage. I mean, like Edge Masters could be okay to put on it. I mean, 25 isn't as good as 50, but in retrospect, I mean, the aspect might be lower, but your stats will make up the difference. Dexterity, damage, and vulnerable, right? Because Ring of Stardust doesn't have anything besides the core skills that does extra damage, and this build does not use core skills. This is all basic skills. So I'm only benefiting here from the attack, critical strike chance, and lucky hit chance, which is not really offensive. These are just chances and speed. Do with that what you like, with, with whatever you like. Shard of Erythio is needed. Um, Try to get 200 on these. You only get these from Infernal Hordes, so have fun with that. Behemoth's Brawler, sorry, a sword. Oh, yes, forgot to mention. Swords are needed. do not use daggers. Just get a sword. Critical strike is always higher than vulnerable damage. I mean, than sorry, damage to close. So this is what you want on it. Dexterity, maximum life, as well as vulnerable. Chance for HeartSeeker projectiles to cast twice, as well as damage per Dark Shroud's shadow. And over here, chance for Shadow Clone to deal double damage should be tempered on your bow. Oh, by the way, on this one-handed sword, you're gonna temper. You're gonna put the Behemoth's aspect on. On the bow, you're gonna put the aspect of the Moonrise. Same stats as you see here. It's gonna be pretty repetitive. Damage, dexterity, vulnerable. Except for this one, for some reason, I went with the maximum life, but whatever. If you can get a sword, if you want the maximum life, go for it. I mean, a better sword. I only put this on obviously because it's 2 GA, and I wasn't gonna waste it. So, um, but yeah, go for dexterity, damage, and vulnerable. Damage, damage, damage. Did I miss anything here? Temporary. Oh, okay, so tempers as per usual for the rings, amulet, and the weapons as well as your tuning the weapon. Um, damage per Dark Shroud Shadow. Boots should be movement speed per damage. I mean, movement speed per Dark Shroud Shadow. Dark Shroud Shadow. Jesus. Chance to stun on the boots, and I think there's chance to stun on, yeah, on the pants as well. I think I'm done here. Oh, and gems. Green gems for everything on the armor. You know, dexterity, dexterity, dexterity. As for the weapons, you're gonna put sapphire because that raises vulnerable damage. Um, so yeah, that covered that. All right, on to witchcraft powers. All right, witchcraft powers. I am using the cycle. Um, RO specialization, urging touch, bar of misfortune, soul harvest, and grow because your shadow clone is a summon. All right. As for the witchcraft gems, which we'll be putting on seasonal gems for the season, we're going to be using Moonlight Ward, Voice of the Stars, and Friend of the Bog. Um, all right, Paragon board. Here we go. So obviously, right now I'm over I'm almost up to 300 Paragon points. So your board's not going to look as filled as this one is, but just to get started. Um, so the starter board here is going to be Infusion, which uses intelligence. But I had so many extra Paragon points, I just started hitting up the dexterities everywhere. You're not going to be doing that in the beginning. You're just only going to satisfy the Infusion glyph here, which is just using intelligence. So you're going to go straight up here till you get to the intelligence here. Hit that up, hit the node, and then hit this. Go straight down, and then hit that. And then just hit the intelligence up. That's it. Don't don't touch these. Don't put the dexterities on until after everything else on the board is filled out properly. Uh, man, I could have done better here. Anyways, Frost Feeder, you're gonna put right here on the board is Eldritch Bounty. You're gonna basically fill up just as you see here. So that's what that looks like. Next board over to the right of that is, I think, Tricks of the Trade. Yep, Tricks of the Trade. And on Tricks of the Trade, you're going to be putting on the control glyph. And that's what that looks like. Okay. Let me get a better view of it for everybody. So on the fourth one, let's find out. Okay, so this is the third one. So here's the fourth one over here. On the right, you're going to go let's exploit weakness. And I'm using Canny. And that's what that looks like. Okay. And then the fourth board, you're going to go down over here. And efficacy on no witnesses. And that's what that looks like. All right. I think I got it covered here. And then, like, once you start getting extra nodes and stuff like that, once you're gonna buff, like, for instance, when you do this board, if you only have, like, say 200 points, you don't need to get these. Once you hit the yellow, there's no need to get an extra blue here, right? Just satisfy the one yellow, and then you wait for till later on when you have points where you can actually spare. Same thing with this, like it could look like that, right? As long as you're getting to this yellow node, to that yellow node, this blue one's kind of been extra thing. Once you get enough points to be able to put extras on down, go for it. Um, that's pretty much it right there.